Hello and welcome to the TRIO Success Strategy Series. I'm Stacy Edlund. I'm the TRIO Student Success Navigator, and I created these presentations to help you to develop the top skills necessary to succeed at school, work, and in your personal life. Now, these presentations are very short, but they can have a big impact in your life if you truly decide to engage with the material. Now, we can share the information and the tools, but it's really up to you to implement them into your life to help you reach your goals. You'll see on the screen here that I have a few of the top things that I can help you with here at TRIO: developing a plan for success, strategies for overcoming barriers and achieving your goals, tutoring for most subjects, don't ask me for high-level math or science, and career exploration. So if you'd like to meet with me, you can find my booking link by going on to the Riverland website, clicking on the Student Services tab, and then you'll find my booking link under the TRIO page. Okay, today our presentation is on growth mindset. Now, you may have heard this term before. It's been very popular for about 10 plus years at this point, and it's really popular and widespread for a reason, because understanding this can really make a big difference in your life. I first learned about mindset when I was in my master's degree program for education, and when I learned the information, it truly helped me transform parts of my life. So I continue to talk about it all these years later because it's a pretty simple concept, but it actually takes like daily practice. You have to really choose to implement the material, but it can have such a profound impact in your life. So without further ado, growth mindset. In a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. So that is a quote by Carol Dweck, who wrote the book Mindset: The New Psychology of Success. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what a growth mindset looks like and how you can start to develop that. Here's a great chart that shows the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. In the book Mindset, Carol Dweck talks about these two very different ideas around learning and achievement. So if you're somebody who has a fixed mindset, you can see that on the left-hand side here, the gray and white or the black and white brain. For people who have a fixed mindset, they avoid challenges, they shy away from things that they don't know, they're unable to handle criticism or feedback. That's a really huge one right there. They believe that what they were born with is all they got. These are the brains I was born with. This is what I've always been able to learn. That's all I've got. That's where I'm stuck. They don't carry out any actions without seeking approval. They're very focused on proving themselves or looking good or that end result. They're threatened by the success of others. They don't believe effort is not regarded as fruitful, and they understand that failure is their limit of their ability, and they give up very easily. Whereas if you look at the right-hand side, the colorful brain, the growth mindset, people with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities to learn something new, opportunities to dig deep and develop a new skill, opportunities to grow and to learn. They acknowledge and embrace their weaknesses. So pivotal to growth in life is to be able to honestly self-reflect, to understand your weaknesses, but not to shame yourself for those, but just have an understanding of those so you know what to work on. There's no shaming in growth mindset. You should never feel bad about a weakness. You just look at it as an opportunity to improve. They learn to give and receive constructive criticism. So important as well. Any kind of project or goal that you want to accomplish, along the way, you're going to get feedback. How are you doing? Where can you improve? Somebody with a growth mindset takes that feedback, and instead of being like, I can't do this. See, I told you I'm stupid. See, I knew I couldn't do it. Instead of having that attitude, they go, okay, so I was told that this is an area I have to improve in. Where do I start? They had very, very different attitude around that. Growth mindset people believe intelligence and talent is dynamic and ever improving. So you have what you're born with, but you can always develop and improve it. They prioritize learning over seeking approval. So it's not about how you look, or it's not about the external reward. They focus on the process instead of the end result. So an example for this in college is, yeah, we all know we like to get A's and B's on our report cards. So we like to see those high grades. But instead of focusing on the a growth mindset person focuses on really learning and understanding the material, because they know that learning and understanding that material is what they need for their future work world, right? Like a nurse needs to really deeply and needs to understand, for instance, how the heart works. And she or he is not just trying to learn that to get an A on the test, but because someday when they're working with a patient, they really need to know how the heart works. And so they're focused on that process, that journey, not just the external reward of it. And they are inspired by the success of others instead of threatened by the success of others. And when they see others succeed, not only are they inspired by it and they're like being their cheerleader, but then they choose to learn from that success. Growth mindset people tend to surround themselves with people who are already successful at doing what they want to do, because they know that they can learn from that person or those people. They think of learning as brain training. They understand failure as an opportunity to grow. Probably one of the hugest tenets of growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. I used to have a poster up in a class I used to teach, and it said, fail harder. You might even hear, like, if you're not failing, you're not trying. Look at any innovative company, any innovative person, a creative person, people who have reached high levels of success. They will all tell you that they failed multiple times, but that those failures always taught them something, and those failures have helped them ultimately get to where they are. And then the last is persist in the face of setbacks, right? So, okay, so this happened and it's a setback, but instead of letting it completely derail you from your goal and your dreams, you're able to look at that and then come back even stronger. What do I need to learn? Who can help me? How can I move forward from this? And you get creative and you think of all the different solutions instead of just stopping and then not reaching your goals. Very, very big difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset person. People with growth mindset often achieve much higher levels of success in all areas of their life. So we're not even just talking about school or work, but if you have a growth mindset, you can also achieve success in your personal life for your own personal goals that you want to achieve. So how do you develop this growth mindset? Reading that book is a really great idea. You can probably check it out from any library. If you like to read a book, it's a great idea. You could hop on YouTube and find lots of videos about it. But here are some basic, simple steps. One, you're going to pay attention to what you say. When I first read this book and I started listening to the thoughts. Now, I've always been a very positive, like outward, positive, upbeat person. But when I started really paying attention to like what was running through my brain, for instance, when I'm on my 15-minute commute home and I'm alone in my car, I was really shocked at the amount of negative self-talk that was going on in there. So once you catch that, once you start identifying it and really realizing what are you really saying to yourself, every time you catch that and you switch it and you start thinking like a growth mindset, you're literally changing the neural connections in your brain. I like to give the example of a path. So if we think about right now, it's winter here in Minnesota. If you think about the snow on the ground and you can tell where somebody has been walking a lot. The first time you go over, there's tracks, but it's not too deep. But every time you walk over it, the tracks get deeper, the path gets clearer, and pretty soon you have a really set path. Well, the same thing happens in your brain. Every time you tell your brain something negative, you're strengthening that track. You're making that path clearer. You're making that path deeper. But every time you catch yourself and you flip what you're saying to something positive or thinking like a growth mindset, then what you're doing is you are starting a new path. And pretty soon there's a roadblock up to that old negative path and you're down that new path of positivity and growth mindset. Focus on the process. So whatever goal that you're trying to reach at the moment, focus on what am I learning along the way. And I'm telling you, this gets hard for people because we've often been conditioned in our society to focus on that ultimate outcome. Get the A. Be the best at what you're going to be, right? It's that final outcome. How do I look to other people? But when you focus on the process, you just think, what am I learning every step of the way? And you're constantly reflecting and improving and growing and learning. And what that does is you get that ultimate outcome, but you get so much more personal satisfaction along the way. And you oftentimes can achieve at even a higher level than what you thought you could do. Embrace those failures. Just remember, every failure means you're trying. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow from that. See challenges as learning opportunities, kind of along the same way. When you're facing a barrier or a challenge, try to stop and think creatively. Fixed mindset people oftentimes will think of one solution. And if that solution didn't work, then nope, I can't overcome this challenge, I'm done. But a growth mindset person comes up with many different options to get past a challenge or a barrier that they're facing. And then they're able to learn from that, to grow from that. They get past that challenge and on their path to success. Use constructive feedback to help you improve instead of using constructive feedback to help get you down. Don't be like I said earlier, I knew I was stupid. I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I would fail, right? Constructive feedback is meant to help you improve. And when people are giving you that constructive feedback, it's because they care about your success. And so you take that feedback, and it might sting. You know, you might not like skip home and be like, oh, that's so great. My professor told me my paper was terrible. No, doesn't mean you're going to feel great about it. But instead of just letting that defeat you, you have an attitude of, okay, what do I do from here? And then that can, instead of defeat, it helps you reach ultimate success. And then be a lifelong learner. Such a huge, important part of growth mindset. Never stopping your learning, always looking for improvement and growth so that you can really reach those higher levels of success. And not, again, about that ultimate outcome, but because you're going to feel personally so satisfied deep inside. And that's what you ultimately want to have in life. So are you feeling some resistance to this idea of mindset? Are you like, what? Now I have to listen to my thoughts and I have to totally change how I look at things in life. If you're feeling resistance to it, think back to the other videos. If you went through the videos on motivation and your why, your perfect day, remember your why. Why are you here? Why do you want to get this college degree? What do you ultimately want out of life? But more importantly, how do you want to feel? Do you want freedom, personal satisfaction, happiness, joy? Do you want to feel like you're making an impact in the world? Hold on to those feelings and then be like, okay, I didn't really want to learn this growth mindset stuff. It's kind of lame, but I do know it's going to help me achieve what I want to achieve and get where I want to go. So, okay, I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to try to implement it. Again, you can check out the book from almost anywhere. I think it's like $10 off of Amazon if you want to buy it. Lots of great stories from real life and how people were able to use growth mindset to really achieve what they wanted to achieve in life. And then lastly, don't forget, if you're one of our students who is doing the weekly check-in, make sure to watch your email for that and complete that so that you are doing that good self-reflection, which is all part of growth mindset. And then I am able to also help you make sure that we're helping you on your path to success. Thanks for watching. And if you want more information about growth mindset, you can always feel free to ask me as well. Awesome. Have a great day. Bye.